My name is Anthony Dutton, and I'm a specialist in vintage automobiles. My family's been in the garage business since about 1904 in the north of England, and somehow I ended up in the same game. Our interest is the car. It's not about the bottom line, it's not about the profit and everything, but sometimes to get the car working as it should be, you've got to put a lot into it, which means a lot of hours. That's basically what we do. We sell skilled hours.
Northumberland as you know, is a great shop out there that handles really high-end cars. But I have a 1961 Volkswagen that cost me $50 as a kid, and I had a very kind of interesting paint job that I didn't want them to restore at all, but I wanted them to do the engine, the interior, the bodywork, and I needed somebody that was going to treat it with the loving care that both my buddy and I treated it with back in the 60s when we painted the car.
We work on everything from the very early 1900s up until our cut-off point's probably about 72, 73. After that, they become boring boxes of electronic tricks, you know, which we're quite happy to let other people play with. You know, people want to collect things. They want to collect paintings, sculpture, whatever. But the whole fun aspect of collecting these guys is you can get in it and drive it.
You know?
You can't do that with your Picasso. You know, it's a bit limited what you can do with, you know, your Henry Moore sculpture, especially if it weighs 14 tons. In some respects, there's two ways of looking at these. You can say, oh, it's toys for rich boys. And on the other hand, you can say, we're preserving a form of automotive history.
This car, you know what's funny, somebody said, well, what would you sell it for? I could never, there's no amount of money. This car is my youth. I've had this car forever. It's the first car I ever owned, first car I ever really drove. It's really my youth. So when I look at this, I drive this, it takes me back to when I was a teenager. And all the things that I did as a teenager, all the things I was thinking about, what I was dreaming about.
What upsets me sometimes is that people tend to not realize what they own. They own a form of transportation that you should be able to get in and go anywhere with and have fun with.
So Northumberland was the right candidate. They're just a great company. They do such great work. Now I tell you, this car amongst the Bentleys, the Rolls Royces, the Jaguars, the MGs, the Austin Healey's, all those wonderful, beautiful cars out there, and I got this $50 Volkswagen that I bought from my parents sitting out there with a kind of a psychedelic paint job on it. It was just really crazy.